Welcome back to HQ. Jordan and Tommy with you here on a Friday. And I thought the Cam Ward Pro Day in Miami was big. Oh. But I think Colorado's is big just because they've got not one but two potential superstars.
Most definitely. Maybe even more, I would say, than the NFL Combine combined. The hype is totally there, and all eyes will be on two expected first-round draft picks, and Colorado's two-way star, of course, Travis Hunter, and quarterback Shedeur Sanders, as they are both participating in their pro day today at Colorado. It will be the first time both players are working out in front of NFL scouts, as neither player worked out in Indianapolis at the scouting combine. Now, lucky for you, we have boots on the ground, as our own Ryan Wilson has written down some notes here, Tommy, so we'll go through. Okay. Shedeur Sanders, he said he has a quicker release than on tape, bigger frame as he sees in person, the best deep thrower in the entire 2025 draft class among quarterbacks, of course. And then Travis Hunter, this is not surprising, though, somehow quicker in person. And then, of course, no one will cover him one-on-one. I'm not surprised. That doesn't surprise me one bit. Let's go ahead and learn more on this from our own Bryant McFadden. B-Mac, it is so great to see you. I do want to start with Travis Hunter here, of course, the two-way star who we all know wants to play on both sides of the ball at the next level. Let's say, though, B-Mac, we do see him play both corner and receiver. What is his snap count, and what's the realistic limit for how many snaps Travis Hunter can actually play per game in the NFL?
Well, Jordan, I think the more intriguing thing for Travis Hunter, when he hears his name called in the first 5 picks of the NFL draft, which position will be attached to his name? Because clearly that would be more of his predominantly the defining position, but he will be able to contribute on the opposite end as well. But let's look at the offensive side, right? Most NFL teams, the average reps offensively, we saw around 60 snaps per ball game, right, Jordan? So if you were to go ahead and divide that up in passes, let's say that's an average of 35 passing plays to 25 passing plays. I do believe Travis Hunter will have an opportunity to be a part of at least 50% of the offensive snaps. And there lies the opportunity for him to be a major contributor to the offensive end in terms of situational football, red zone. He needs to be involved. In second and long, third down situations, he needs to be involved. But I believe he will try to be involved to at least 100% based on his mentality. Now, most organizations will not allow him to have that free way to be able to have 100% snaps defensively and offensively. But when you look at the offensive side of things, and most wide receivers, Jordan, they don't play 100% of the snaps anyway. That's why I feel like the defensive backs, they need to be seeing more money than what they're currently seeing, because we're not coming out of the ball game. So when he plays on the defensive side, you know, if he's not the nickel back, if he's an every down defensive back, he will be in the football field 100% of the snaps. But offensively, looking at how the wide receivers are used, he won't play 60 full snaps per ball game. If that's the average number of snaps his offense will be given week in and week out in the season.
Yeah, we know if it was his choice, he'd be playing 100%. But at the end of the day, of course, it is not. But this is expected, right, for him to play both positions. But how does that actually work come practice time? You could speak to this, B-Mac. NFL practice, obviously different than the college ranks. How is not only Travis Hunter supposed to master the playbook, but also the guys around him? How does this work?
Well, most NFL organizations, in terms of the practices, right, when the ones are getting their look defensively, they're on one football field. They're going against the scout team O. So if you're Travis Hunter, if there's a team, if this the New England Patriots, hypothetically speaking, if they draft you and you're playing on the defensive side, when the defensive ones are getting their reps, you're on that side of the football field. Now, practices are not like how it used to be. It used to really be a grind. Now it's more of, I don't want to say cruise control, but it's not as intense as it used to be when I was playing. So you're getting a lot of mental reps. You're not really going full speed. You're kind of going through the motions, getting more mental reps than anything to get yourself prepared to go on Sunday. And then when the offensive ones are going against the scout team defensive players, then he's with that group, going through the motion as well, mental reps. Everything won't be full speed. So there's a way for Travis Hunter to have to have his way in terms of being able to be a part of both sides and playing at a high level, because the practices are not as intense as it used to be when I was playing. Heck, training camp is not as intense as it used to be. So they will be able to get him involved as much as possible. And like I said, the most important thing for Travis Hunter, because you're not going to question his condition, it's about the mental reps, knowing what to do, when to do it, knowing when to make the necessary adjustments on the offensive end, the audibles, the checks, the hand movements, the language, and things like that that might be a little more intense than what he was accustomed to while playing on the collegiate side of things.
Very interested to see how this all plays out logistically. We know you'll keep us posted, B-Mac, when you are on our training camp tour this